usually lacks flexibility in design. Okay? It lacks flexibility in design. It doesn't respond quickly to changes. It's slow in responding to changes. That's one of the drawbacks of the waterfall approach. And so, it is also due to, it's becoming exuberantly more expensive in these days. You know? So going back to that guy trying to manage, make the project manager involved with building a 4-bedroom, maybe story building. Now, that guy can start and deliver that project within 4 months. But the question is, will the sponsor accept the project without complaint? Don't forget, as he started, he never consulted the sponsor. He just went on to build. Meanwhile, the sponsor though had told him, give me this kind of building in 4 months. Okay, that was the instruction, the scope. He understood the scope, and he started, the work of the project. But eventually, when he delivered the project, let's assume the sponsor rejected a part of the project. So why? You should have told me before you use this kind of type for me. I mean, you should have told me. I can't accept these styles. Never. So that means it has to go and do what? Destroy and start afresh. Those styles must be removed, or maybe he put some rays somewhere. Even though he saw it in the building plan, right? But not the specific type of ray. You understand, rays are different, they have different qualities, isn't it? So maybe he used a lower quality, or not exactly the kind that the owner wanted. So that's why most projects that has to do with waterfall, they encounter challenges, towards the end of the project. When they deliver the project, having come up with their deliverable, there's usually 1 or 2 issues. And that's why there is always need, oftentimes, to rework the project, which brings about wastefulness. Those tone unturned. That's what Agile is about. Then showing that you are changing quickly, you are observing your environment, hearing what government has just said, the new policy of government. As soon as you hear, you ensure you do all your findings, and if it's going to affect that project, team members are responsible to ensure, oh, did you hear this? Did you hear that? That's why I said you don't withhold information. Maybe only one person heard it from a close source to government. So you have to factor it quickly into your project and go back to consult with your sponsors. Please, we just said that government has said that beginning from now, all banks are going to make sure that they don't pay more than 100,000 to any customer. That's the policy that can change your business, isn't it? If you don't factor that in, at the end of the day, that project you are working on is going to suffer. All of a sudden, when was that? Before just this election, we saw that was when they introduced change of our Naira notes, right? Before the election. Few months to the election. Now let's look at that project, because it was a project. Do you think that project was waterfall or agile? Waterfall? Okay. Now why? Why did you say waterfall? No, I need somebody to give us. Stop like an agile person now. Why did you say waterfall? They didn't carry us along. That's what I'm saying. So yes. There was no communication. Sorry, they didn't think of the possible consequences.
Yes, that's it. Communication and consequences.
Yes, communication and consequences. So for the first time, I heard where they say we can use two currencies, concurrently at the same time. Has it happened before? It has never happened. Once we change, we change. Once we change, we change. Once we are changing the denominations, we change and we move up to other things. So because they did not understand how to introduce this kind of change, because they didn't understand the agile approach to project management, I'm sure they had project managers, but they didn't understand the agile approach. So the project, in spite of the billions spent, was a big flop. They did not understand how to introduce. Now, if they have come up with the idea of saying, okay, let's even use Lagos as a case study, as a